It's the end of January, when the dry season really sets in. It is very early in the morning, and here on the ranch, one of the season's rituals is taking place. The crocodiles have mated. The female has laid her eggs, and now it is time to take them away to be artificially incubated. The female crocodile jealously guards her nest, as do all of her species. It is almost 20 years since the first attempts were made to breed the Orinoco crocodile in captivity. Because of its valuable skin, this species has been overhunted almost to extinction in the Orinoco Basin. For more than 10 years now, this experiment has been repeated successfully season after season. Each year, about 100 individuals are released into the streams and narrow navigable rivers of the Orinoco Basin. Exactly where is a closely guarded secret. The project has been extended to other species, such as the saltwater crocodile, which is now very rare in the salt marshes of northern Venezuela. The procedure for removing the eggs may seem too cruel, but the female crocodile's fierce maternal instincts make taking these extreme precautions essential, as she never leaves the nesting area and will furiously attack anyone who approaches. The first thing that has to be done is to tie up the female crocodile. The same instinctive movements she uses to tear off lumps of meat from large prey help to wind the rope around the crocodile, but not without a great deal of thrashing about. Two local hands keep a lookout over the water in case the male attempts to attack. Although the Orinoco crocodile normally feeds on fish, it will not hesitate to attack any enemy if it feels threatened, or to kill a domestic animal unwise enough to drink at the edges of the swamp if it is hungry. That's what happened with this young jaguarundi. Once the female has been tied up, the eggs are carefully removed from the nest and marked on the upper side to make sure that they are put inside the incubator with the same side up. Once the eggs have been collected, nearly 50 in all, the crocodile is measured and weighed so as to have an idea of the physical condition of the animal. This done, the female crocodile then has to be set free, again taking every precaution. She will stay around the nest for the next 3 months, waiting for her young to hatch, until her biological clock prompts her to get on with her life, and she leaves. The next step is to measure and weigh all the eggs. They are about 3 inches long by 1 inch wide and weigh some 3½ ounces. When that is done, they are taken to the incubation site, where they are carefully put inside a polystyrene box with the marked side upwards, exactly as they were found. A thermometer is then placed inside and the box is filled up with sand. The eggs will stay there for the 3 months that the female crocodile believes she is jealously guarding them. Three months later, the dry season is at its peak. The summer heat overwhelms the wildlife. Almost the entire landscape seems to be tinged with ochre hues. A parched, dusty land where many plant species manage to survive by shedding their leaves or burrowing their roots deep down in search of precious water. Only a few lagoons remain, and they too will disappear if the first rains don't come soon. The overflow ponds of the wind-powered wells are a blessing for the cattle and wildlife that go there to slake their thirst. Spectacled caimans, which can measure up to 10 feet, are abundant in the Venezuelan llanos or plains. They also nested at the beginning of the year, and their young are probably in the water or nearby. As we passed by a runoff drainage channel, we noticed a large number of young, obviously from several clutches of eggs, in the pond of water that had formed. There were too many for them to have been there for very long, so we decided to wait. Some moments later, when they were sure that the danger had passed, they resumed what they had been doing before our vehicle interrupted them. They moved off northward, heading for a lagoon about 1 kilometer away, where there is still plenty of water, and plenty of predators too. What makes them head for the lagoon? Instinct. A large number of adults live in that lagoon, probably even their parents. Only a few of the hundreds of young reach maturity to ensure another generation. The army of small caimans waits in the nearby swamp until the last rays of daylight have almost disappeared before resuming their march. Now they are reaching one end of the lagoon, but the wood ibises are too near and nothing seems to be happening. Of course, there's the answer. An adult is standing in the way. Did they know the adult crocodiles were there? It doesn't seem to be mere chance. The wood ibises will wait for other prey or a better opportunity. Nature has restored the balance. Now it's time for this season's crocodiles to hatch. A helping hand, human in this case, will be there to help them along. Here comes the first one. Gradually, the others make it over the next few hours. One of the baby crocodiles seems to lack the strength to hatch out and stops breathing, but a helping hand in time saves one more for the future. The crocodiles are marked with a numbered tag carefully attached to one of their back feet on the web between the toes. This identity tag provides information on the crocodile's sex, weight, and size, and will enable its development to be monitored. Once the baby crocodiles have been processed, they are set free in a small tank that will be their home for the next few days. They will then be fed on ground fish meal. Their instincts assert themselves immediately. It's as though they have always fed like this, yet they only hatched out a few hours ago. The next day, Kako, the technician, discovers a young anaconda in one of the tanks. Fortunately, the baby crocodiles were well protected. Although it is a young snake, it is extraordinarily strong, and it puts up a strong fight. These snakes can grow up to 6 or 7 meters long, and they are the largest snakes on Earth. Their prey includes large and small mammals such as the capybara and deer, which they kill by suffocation. The short trip to the anaconda's natural habitat must be made with the utmost care, as when it feels threatened by man, its most feared predator, it will defend itself by every possible means. It will only feel at ease again when it returns to the water. This is a story with a happy ending for the baby crocodiles. The summer months pass and winter comes around again. The baby crocodiles have adapted to their living quarters and are growing fast. It is not mere chance that this species has survived the dinosaurs. Life on the ranch carries on as usual, both for the men with their daily chores and for the wildlife. The hard summer months are here again. And although the young crocodiles don't know it, it's nearly time for their spell in captivity to come to an end. It's the beginning of June and the start of another rainy season. That means only one thing: the day when they will be set free is getting closer. It's the afternoon before the great day. The crocodiles are taken from the place that has been their home for the past year, and a plastic strip is put around their jaws to prevent them from harming one another. They are also blindfolded to reduce the stress of the next few hours. Some of the crocodiles are smaller than others, but this will not be an obstacle to their subsequent survival.
What's the total? 75, I think.
Trapping them requires considerable skill. Their mouths, with their sharp teeth, are always open, ready to defend them from any aggressor. Once they have been collected and prepared for the journey, they will spend the night well sheltered to prevent any accidents. Today is the big day. The crocodiles are put in special cages, just so many to each cage to prevent overcrowding. The cages are then covered with a tarpaulin and palm leaves. We're ready for the trip. We go south as far as the Apure River, and from there we head west to one of its tributaries. The Apure River is one of the main affluents of the Orinoco River. This is where the young crocodiles will be set free, on a ranch where they will not be disturbed by man and will be free to adapt to their environment. The only obstacles they will have to overcome to reach adulthood will be natural ones. The identity numbers are checked and recorded for subsequent monitoring. The task is gradually completed. It is now a ritual that represents the work and constancy of a large number of people who believe in the future of the Orinoco crocodile, the most threatened of the 23 species of crocodile in the world. There is still hope for the Orinoco crocodile. Good luck to him.